Good morning. This is Lee Yaffa for Beverly Main Street's On the Spot, and we're here today on a bright sunny morning at Cabot and Pond Streets, the side of Casa de Moda store, with the owner Jan Preston. Good morning, Jan.
Good morning.
And an artist of some renown, a mural artist for over 30 years, Phil Coleman, who was born in Beverly, went west to Nevada to teach for a number of years, actually ran a train locomotive as well, but now he's back in Beverly, and he is painting and working with Montserrat College interns on this to-be terrific mural that you can see across the way, if you'll stand aside. And, well, you can use your imagination to think what that mural will turn out to be, and we'll show you in a few minutes what the sketch of the final product looks like. Jan, what gave you the inspiration to engage Phil here to create this to-be terrific mural on the side of Casa de Moda? This has been a blank wall, or an unfeathered wall, since the turn of the 1900s, I understand.
Yes. Early in the 20th century, the building originally was a doctor's home. On the first floor, it was jacked up and the retail spaces were built underneath it. My husband and I have traveled over the years in places in Europe, and we've seen trompe l'oeil murals where buildings on the back sides or the sides that are architecturally uninteresting have been enhanced and made more beautiful looking. And we looked at our building and found that we had a lot of space to do that type of thing, and my dream was always to create something like that on the side or the back of Casa de Moda. So this is the first of three, and this one is going to be a street scene.
And how did you encounter Phil?
Phil came into our store last November, December with his wife, who's also an artist, asking us if we'd like to sell some of their artwork on consignment. And when in discussion I found out he was a muralist, I told him about my ideas, and he said, I think I could do that.
Phil, can you do that?
I'm going to do, yes, I believe I can, with the help of the interns.
Okay, and you've been at this a long time.
I did my first mural in 1982 in Berkeley, California. Been doing it ever since.
And where else have you created murals of this magnitude?
I've done about probably 100 murals in Reno, Nevada. I've got about 5 in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I've done about 3 here in the Boston area since I've returned in 2011.
And where in Boston can we see evidence of your work?
There's one at the Boston Children's Hospital in Waltham, and there's one at the Leatherworkers Museum in Peabody, Massachusetts.
Okay, that's just the town over.
Correct,
And is there any special theme to your murals? Any particular approach you take?
Well, I try to work with the client and talk to them and find out what it is that they want. And then once I get an idea from what they want, I do a sketch based upon references that I get from the computer. Then I present that to the owner. And then from there, it's just the process of getting it from the sketch to the wall. And I always use owner's input, always.
Great. And is there any advantage to working on brick versus another surface?
Brick is a lot easier than stucco for sure, but I don't think there's any real advantage here. We don't have the sun on us all day, which is great. It may be a different story when we do the other two on the other side, but there is no, I don't think there's any advantage, no.
And when did you start this project?
3 weeks ago, maybe, I think.
About 4 or 5 weeks ago, the concept on paper.
Yeah, the actual painting 3 weeks ago, I think.
So that's probably end of April, beginning of May.
Correct.
And when do you expect to complete your work?
Our goal is Wednesday, June 13th.
Will be the public presentation of the finished mural, but during Arts Fest, June 15th, on Saturday, June 15th, this is part of Arts Fest and Art on the Spot. And Phil will be doing some finishing touches to the mural during the day on Arts Fest, so the public can watch him do that.
Okay, you're a better artist than the calendar. Folks, Wednesday is June 12th, and the 13th is Thursday of that week.
Right.
So it is Thursday, sorry, the 13th. The date is correct.
I don't know when this will be airing on BevCam,
That's
but
okay.
We all stand corrected.
Wednesday is the day to have 99.9% of it done.
All right. And will there be signatures on the artwork?
I don't know if there'll be signatures, but there will be names of the students that participated. And there's also going to be some type of recognition to the people that have donated supplies in the form of signage on some of the buildings.
That's very appropriate.
The street scene is going to be a series of small shops with awnings and windows, and our intention is the names of the different companies and institutions that have supported and contributed will be painted on those different signs. So Montserrat College of Art, Beverly Main Streets, Waters and Brown Paint, Lynn's Scaffolding and Ladder, and Residential Repair Services are the different companies or organizations that have supported us, and they will be recognized in that way. They'll have their own window sign.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
And the unveiling will be June 13th.
Correct.
Okay, and now let's go over and talk to the interns who we can see at work on the mural.
Yes.
I'm with the 3 Montserrat College art students who are working on this mural as it progresses. I'm with Eric, Shoshana, and Amy. And how you doing, Eric?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good. And you are what year at Montserrat?
I'm a freshman, just getting out of my freshman year. So yeah, I'm gonna be a sophomore next year.
So you're off to a good start here.
Mm-hmm.
Shoshana?
I'm a junior at Montserrat.
This is good experience.
Yeah, it's a very good experience.
I'm also a junior in Montserrat.
Okay. Now what time in the morning do you guys get up to get started on this?
Probably about like 7:30 to head up here. I make a 40-minute commute up here every day. So get here around 9 o'clock and start painting.
And do you have to assemble and take down the scaffolding each day?
Yes.
What kind of paint do you use?
We're using latex house paint right now for this mural. It's better against the elements, so it'll last longer.
Did you have any input into the final sketch and design, or are you just following the lines and connecting the dots?
Well, Phil mostly came up with the sketch and the design, but as we're painting, we're gonna have to make adjustments, so we'll be able to have more input as to how the final outcome looks.
I understand there'll be portraitures of some people in this scene.
Yeah, we're gonna have a few people. Phil would like to make it people that we all know, so he'll be using a neighbor, and hopefully we'll be able to incorporate some people in our lives as well.
Sure. Well, you know Eric here, and you know Amy, so perhaps you can include them.
Maybe.
Anything else you'd like to add, Eric? Just really happy that I've been given this opportunity to work with Phil and Amy and Shoshana and get all this great experience from this.
Okay. And the completion date is?
It's supposed to be for June 14th.
June 13th.
Okay, just thought I'd ask again. There was a little confusion back there with the other folks. All right. Congratulations, best of luck, and I'm sure we'll all look forward to when this mural is complete.
Yep.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody, we've kept you in suspense. We're about to get a look at the concept of what this final mural will look like. On the count of 3, 2, 1. Ta-da!
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Cabot Pond, and the first of our 3 public art installations that will be trompe l'oeil murals, something that fools the eye. This is something that we've been planning for several years. Our building has a lot of space to be painted on, and our hope was that we would develop something that we've seen in travels around the United States as well as in Europe. where there are images painted to make a building look much more interesting architecturally than it actually is. This one will take you down a little street, and we're going to title it Cala Casa, which is, Cali is in Spanish, and the name Casa de Moda comes from Spanish originally, so it's a little street named after us. We also have several supporters who have contributed towards the painting and the supplies needed for the painting. And Montserrat College of Art has been a great supporter for us, and they have provided 3 interns, student interns, for our painter Phil Coleman, the muralist. Jen Wallace with Beverly Main Streets has also contributed support, and she'll talk about Art on the Spot coming up this Saturday for Arts Fest that this is a part of. We'll have 2 additional murals on the back and the side of the building starting in the fall and the spring, and again with Montserrat College of Art interns. Lynn Ladder and Scaffolding provided the scaffolding for us that the artists needed to use to get up high, and Waters and Brown Paint has contributed the painting supplies that we needed. And Residential Services provided some expertise in assisting the students in learning how to set up scaffolding, and also in the signs that we painted to cover our existing windows. The red one that you see up here is going to be a do not enter sign, and our Casa de Moda one there, which has the illusion of coming out of the building, painted on plexiglass from Waters and Brown. So at this point, I'd like to thank you very much, Steve, for all of the help and encouragement, and let you say something.
Well, thank you. This has been a wonderful opportunity for our students, and I really appreciate the fact you've taken leadership to provide this for Beverly in our partnership that we have in helping Beverly revitalize itself in the Arts District. But also I want to thank you, Phil, for giving our students the opportunity to have this experience. It's a great experience for them. They've learned a lot, and I know they're enjoying it. It's a terrific piece of work, and really appreciate being involved. Thank you.
And Jen Wallace.
Thank you, Jan. Whoops.
Sorry.
We so appreciate that you came to us with the idea to make this part of our Art on the Spot activities at Arts Fest, which is this Saturday right here on Cabot Street. And we think it's really going to be an amazing experience for our visitors to see Phil in action with the students painting the mural. It's a very complicated process, as I've learned as I've seen it evolve over the last couple of weeks, and we're just really excited to be part of it with Arts Fest.
Thank you very much. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Phil Coleman, who's our muralist, who was born in Beverly, grew up in the Beverly-Salem area, and he'll tell you more about himself.
Well, it's been a somewhat of a pleasure painting it. The weather's been kind of a factor, but working with the students has been a real pleasure. They've really come through, and I really enjoyed the opportunity. It's something that I love to do, and it's just something that I hope that I can give back to the city of Beverly, and I appreciate Don and Jan the opportunity in Montserrat as well as Beverly Main Streets, and it's something that I love to do, and I just want to give back to the city. And
could you say something more about the remaining detail to go in?
Well, it's probably got about another week to go. I'm hopefully going to work on it today if the weather holds up. But every day when I get done, I take a photograph of it, then I go back home and I look to see what needs to be done. And then I come here and I have a challenge for the day, and one day it's going to get done. I'm just going to go, just let out a big sigh of relief. But it's been a lot of fun. This is what I love to do, and I'm glad that I've had the opportunity and to work with the students, and I hope they get something from it as well. So. How's that?
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you very much for coming. And we do have some light refreshments inside Casa de Moda for you, just inside the window area here. And check in over the next few days and the following week to see all the detail of the windows and awnings. There's going to be people walking in the street, a little cafe table with someone having coffee. The awnings and windows that will be filled in on the buildings will have some of the names of the supporters that we've had as little businesses there. And it's going to be very interesting as it progresses. Thank you so much.
Very good.
Thank you very much.